Page 355, lesson 6.4 is on estimating to find percents. So I'm not sure what the exact reasoning for this goal is, but it says Sarah wants to score 78% on her next test. She knows the test will have 40 questions. So how can Sarah represent the situation to help her determine how many questions she needs to answer correctly? So what they did, they've got just 40 questions labeled out here. We wouldn't have to draw that all out. But we can think about what they're asking. So if 78% is her goal, this section is on estimating. So we're just getting an idea of about what it would be. It's not going to be an exact answer necessarily. So her 78% goal is pretty close to 80%. Since we're estimating here, we're going to just round things off a little bit. So as a fraction, 80% would be 80 out of 100. So we could think about, she would get about 80 out of 100 questions correct. The test, though, doesn't have 100 questions. It has 40 questions, so that's not going to work yet. So what we can try to do, we can try to reduce this fraction down. Both of these, numerator and denominator, end in zeros, so we can divide both of these by 10. And that would be 8 out of 10. So we actually overshot it now. Now we've got not enough questions, 8 out of 10 questions, but that's okay because from there actually we can multiply both of those by 4, and that would be 32 out of 40, which means she would need to get 32 questions correct out of 40 in order to get about that 78%. Understand this is actually for 80%, but that's pretty close to where she would be at for this. If that didn't work, if we still weren't able to get to 40, we could try to reduce down further. 8/10 actually could reduce further down to 4/5, but in this case we didn't need to reduce it all the way in order to get the denominator that we wanted. And one thing, going back to their model, had somebody mention here about it's kind of like this is split up into 4 rows. So each row is like 25% of the tests. So 3 rows would be 3 sections of 25%, which would be 75%. So what that would mean is 30 questions correct would be 75%. And that kind of would be another ballpark idea of where we're at. Again, 80% is just a little bit closer than 75%, but that would at least be another way to get an idea if you're on the right track or not with your answer. So example 1, this graph shows the eye colors among 500 students at a school. About how many students have brown eyes, about how many have blue eyes. So when we see the word about, that means that we are going to be able to estimate or round. So if the numbers aren't as nice, we can change them and make them a little bit nicer, a little easier to work with. So if you look at this circle graph for the brown eyes, if we look at the colors here, brown eyes makes up 46%. 46%, that's pretty close to 50%. We're just going to round that off to 50%. And so we're going to take about 50% of 500. We've talked about before, when you see the word of, it says 46% of the students have brown eyes. Usually that of is going to mean multiplying. So again, we're rounding it off to 50%. So we're taking 50% of 500. 50% you might know is the same as 1/2. If the whole thing is 100%, 50% is half of that. So if you take half of 500, and if you wanted to, you could multiply this out if you weren't sure how this was going to work. You get 500 divided by 2, which would be 250. If you just know half of 500 is 250, then you can just go straight to that answer is okay also. Another option you have when you're doing these problems is you could do this as a proportion. So if we have 50%, that's 50 out of 100. And we're trying to find how many out of 500. So in this case, the 50 out of 100 could be reduced, but we don't have to get it reduced in order to get what we want here. We can multiply both of those by 5, and that would be 250 out of 500. So either you can do it as multiplication or you can do it as a proportion, whichever way you find easier to do this problem. So similar idea if we look at the blue eyes. Blue eyes is 23%. 23% is pretty close to 25%, which you might know is 1/4, just like a fourth of a dollar is 25 cents. And so what they did, they took 1/4 times 500 and got their answer. Once again, another option you could have if you went with 25%. 25% we know is 25 out of 100. So same thing, to get out of 500 we need to multiply by 5. And so 25 times 5 is 125. There's some cases that it might be acceptable to have two different answers that are pretty close to each other. 23%, as far as estimating, it's going to be best probably rounding it to 25%. 20% is also pretty close to that as well, though. So if you wanted to, you could do 20%. And since the numbers work nice, I think it's, to me, maybe just as easy doing proportions on this one anyway. And then that would be 100. So we could estimate it as either 100 people or 125. Understand the actual answer is going to be somewhere in between those two, because 23% is in between 20% and 25%. So if we look at the try it, suppose the graph shows eye colors among 120 students in 6th grade. So now they're changing the number here. About how many 6th grade students would have green eyes? So green eyes, if we go back and look up at our chart, green eyes is 16%. We're going to estimate that though. So we can round that to 20%. Another option I'll put down below here would be if we rounded it to 15%. 15% is going to be a little bit closer to the actual answer, but either one's probably going to be close enough for what we're doing. So either 20% of 120 or 15% of 120. Now, if you were trying to do this as a proportion, we know 20% is 20 out of 100. That doesn't work real great. I mean, you could figure it out with the calculator, but otherwise might have a hard time figuring out how we get from 100 to 120. So what you'd want to do then, if you're doing a proportion, you'd want to reduce that fraction down. So since both of those numbers end in zeros, we could actually reduce both of these by 10. And that would reduce it down to 2/10. And then now we can try to get to 120. So now if we multiply by 12, that will get us the number that we want. So that would be 24 out of 120. Again, if we would have gone with 15%, that's 15 out of 100. if we did a proportion, these both could be reduced by 5. So that's 3 out of 20. And then if you multiply those by 6, you'd get 18 out of 120. So somewhere actually in between 18 and 24 students that would have green eyes. Another option you have for doing these problems, and especially more so maybe if we were allowed to use calculators, which I'd like you to try to just kind of work some of this by hand rather than being always calculator dependent. The other option, if we were allowed to use calculators, is we could change the percent to a decimal and we could multiply. So we could actually just do 1500ths times 120 and get that answer. Again, we could work that out by hand, but to me, the proportion's probably easier than multiplying that out by hand. But like I said, if you were allowed to use a calculator, that would be another route that you could take to get your answer. Example 2, use the results of the survey shown to the right about how many high school students plan to get a summer job. So if you look over here, it says 53% of 94 students surveyed plan to get a summer job. So different ways we can do for rounding this. First of all, I would say 53% is pretty close to 50%. Besides rounding the percent, we're also allowed to round the number as well if we want. So 94, not as nice of a number. They went and rounded that to 90. So they're saying let's take 50% of 90. So 50% is like half. So half of 90 would be 45. Another thing we could do, we could keep the 94 the same. If you wanted to, we could do half of 94. And if you work that out, it would be 47. So 47 is probably a little bit closer of an estimate. The actual answer, if we worked it out exactly, would be 49 and 82 hundredths, which obviously it's an estimate because we can't have, a non-whole number answer for this problem. It's how many people are going to get a summer job. But if you look at another way, they rounded the 94% to 100. This is not quite as good of an estimate because 94 is closer to 90 than it is to 100, okay? So that way they got 50. But the deal is, actually, this is a little bit better estimate on this problem, and that seems strange maybe, but think about what we did. We took 53% and we rounded it down to 50%. So if you round the one part down and the other part up, that might compensate and give you actually a closer answer. Then if we round both of them down, that's for sure going to be an underestimate. It's going to be a lower answer than what the actual is if we round them both down. If we round them both up, we're going to get an overestimate. So if we look at the try it, students in another survey were asked whether they plan to attend summer camp. Out of the 56 students, 44% said yes. Use rounding and compatible numbers to estimate how many students plan to attend summer camp. Compatible numbers they mentioned here, they mentioned it a little bit on the top of the page. Compatible numbers are numbers that work well together. So like if you're doing stuff with fractions, they're numbers that would be able to be reduced or be able to be divided nicely with each other. So what they did here, 44%, they're saying is about 40%. So if we round the 56 to 60, kind of what we're looking at is 40% of 60. Again, if you wanted to, you could do a proportion. You could say it's 40 out of 100. These even aren't really bad numbers to work with, even if we were just multiplying. If you did multiply, you'd want to change the percent to a decimal. So that would be 4/10 or 40/100 as a decimal. And then if you wanted to, there's really not a whole lot happening there. We're going to move our decimal point. Well, we would add these together first. And then we'd move our decimal 2 spots to the left. And then that'd be equal to 24. The other thing, another option you have, what the book did, is they changed 40%. It'd be 40 out of 100. And then that would reduce all the way down. We could take a step in between here if you want. We can divide them both by 10. That would be 4/10. And then that could reduce to 2/5. So this would be another way to do it. We could do 2/5 times 60. And then if you do 120 divided by 5, obviously you'd be dividing that out by hand. And when you divide that out, you would get 24. Or like I said, the third option, it's 40 out of 100. And we're trying to find how many people out of about 60. That doesn't work nicely, but if you reduce both of those by 10, that's 4 out of 10. And then now we could get, that would be 24 out of 60. So really 3 different ways of doing the same thing there. That's probably how I would do this problem. Over on the right side, they are going with maybe 50 or 55. The book's using 50. And then if you work that out, you'd end up getting 20. The exact answer is actually 24 and 64 hundredths. So our first estimate was pretty good.